How do you keep your water parameters so good with your pond stocked heavily? Mine is overstocked a bit and I'm getting a little bit of ammonia and nitrite, thanks. All I could say is it's just management. Obviously, I've got a lot of experience in managing this kind of environment that not everybody is cut out to do. And I suppose it's where we define and set our parameters as well, to be honest with you. I think I have touched on this a little bit over other times. Ammonia is a no-no. I'm never accepting ammonia. The minute you start, and I'm talking about a basic liquid test here, hitting 0.1 or above, you need to deal with that because it needs to be out of the water. It does a lot of damage in a short space of time, and it can be irreparable damage, to be honest. Nitrite, and this is where, sorry, and even with ammonia, where you've got these HANA testers getting a 0.0 something reading, you're never going to get 0.00 reading on ammonia or nitrite. It's just not going to happen. I think even in an empty pond, you might struggle with that one. So it's certainly not going to be a conducive environment for keeping your koi in good condition. Nitrite, again, I think it's been drummed into people's heads. It must be as absolute zero nitrite reading. That's got to be the end goal. But there will be times when I'll start getting traces throughout. That's when feeding's at its most. But I just manage that environment properly and effectively. So again, I think it's about expectations, but I know that, you know, a slight trace of nitrite isn't going to be killing them fish or do any serious long-term damage. There might be books out there that say it, and this is always the thing of sort of science and books and theories versus real-world application. And my real-world application of 20 odd years, I've seen what fish and what koi can tolerate. I've seen what loads of different types of fish can tolerate in different environments, through trials, through tests, through just seeing it happen. So yeah, but like I said, I'm not going to ever advise people to be keeping, you know, always the way that I would, because I've got a lot of experience in actually managing the pond, as the koi breeders in Japan have as well. I mean, they just don't test water. You'd be lucky a bit of pH, but salt test is the main thing that they're using. It's all done by experience, which again, I'm not saying is the best way. There's probably ways that they could improve a little bit. But yeah, and then if you are struggling to manage it, you know, you've got to look at things. This is where, you know, low nitrite readings can be done in ponds that aren't overstocked because they're getting flow rates wrong, for example. Turnover rates and flow rates and the retention time in systems not being right, so it's not performing properly. KH issues can be heavily linked to nitrite and ammonia spikes, something else you've got to manage. And then if you are heavily stocked, heavily feeding, you might not be turning over enough. Just so much you've got to balance up to get it right. So fingers crossed that answers that one for you.